Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another landscape photography vlog here in the beautiful Vail Valley in the northern Colorado Rocky Mountains. Today we're going to be shooting some waterfall photography, hopefully. Heading back to some falls that I visited last summer, about a year ago. And I kind of want to go back and shoot that location again because I wasn't fully satisfied with the photos I got last year, so I'm going to try and go back, shoot it again, and see what I can come up with. I think it's going to be a good day. Weather conditions are beautiful, beautiful summer evening here. I'm really looking forward to getting up there and shooting some waterfalls. Normally when I'm doing landscape photography, I'm out in the wilderness like miles away from pretty much anything, but today I'm literally basically in a residential neighborhood where these waterfalls are. It's just like a 5-acre parcel of land that they decided wasn't going to be allowed to be developed because of these waterfalls here, which is cool. And really the more crazier thing is that Interstate 70, which runs from New York City all the way to San Francisco, it's a main road to get from the east coast to the west coast of the United States. It's literally right there. So definitely not in the wilderness, not the same kind of locations I normally shoot, but these waterfalls are pretty cool. So I am actually looking forward to trying to shoot them again. Again, like I said last year, I shot them, but they're honestly kind of in a tough area to try and find a good composition. So if that's what I remember correctly from last year, so we're going to try and see what we can make happen with them though. So like I said earlier, I came to these falls about a year ago and shot this exact spot. And it's kind of like a 2-level waterfall. There's this first one here behind me, which is kind of like the lower cascade. And then up further there's another one, like a second higher cascade. So kind of a cool spot. It is kind of tough to find a composition, but I do think I found one that I like more than the ones I got last year. So we're gonna go up to that spot and see if I can get a good photo up there. So after looking around, this is the spot here I decided to shoot from. Tripod set up right there, kind of looking up at the fall where it's going down. And I did about a 2-second long exposure, which I feel like that had some good motion, and that waterfall made the water look nice and smooth. Pretty cool. We'll see how the photos turn out. I mean, I think after looking around here, that this is probably the best spot for composition of this lower cascade. I'll put up the photos I just took right now. Behind me, this is the upper cascade I was talking about, and I'm just gonna say it's a pretty majestic looking waterfall. Now my issue I had with the composition here last year when I came here is that it's very, like, the landscape is very confined here. It's hard to find a composition in my opinion because, you know, the waterfall is almost kind of suffocated in the forest. You know, it's surrounded by forest and this hill, so it's really hard to get like an open spot where you feel like you gotta get enough space, enough, like, you know, breathable air, so to speak, to photograph this. So in my opinion, that makes it kind of difficult. But also gives some opportunities maybe to try and frame the waterfall, you know, within this cliff and these trees and stuff here, which I did not see last year when I came up here. So trying some different compositions that I didn't try last year when I came up here, and that's kind of like the beauty of you know, scouting out locations in landscape photography and, you know, visiting locations multiple times, is that you come back a second time or a third time or a fourth time and kind of see things with like fresh eyes. See things in a way that you did it before, you know, see the landscape in like a different light, a different perspective. It just changes everything. Really with this trip, my whole goal was just to get like 1 or 2 like good compositions of this waterfall. Because last year, again, like I said, I wasn't happy with the photos I got, so I wanted to come back and try to just focus on just 1 or 2 spots that I felt like I could get a good photo out of. Hopefully, those photos turned out alright. I found out 2 or 3 compositions that I tried, 2 of this spot up here and 1 down at the lower one, and, you know, I think they turned out pretty alright. thing with waterfall photography is that there are different ways you can shoot moving water. You know, for me, if you would have seen all the photos in this video, we're all shot with longer exposures of the water in motion, and I personally prefer that, like longer exposures of waterfalls and rivers and streams than of like, you know, really fast shutter speed where you like freeze the water in place. In my opinion, when the water looks like it's in motion, it looks more like how you see it in real life. Because honestly, when I look at a waterfall right now, the water's moving, you see it in motion. So I prefer shooting them in motion. But if you wanted to, you could do a really fast shutter speed that would freeze the waterfall, would freeze the water right in place. So if you kind of like, you know, you'd see all the individual like water droplets and stuff like frozen. Personally for me, I just prefer it like longer exposure in motion. I like the look of it more. I guess another piece of advice I would have towards waterfall photography is to try and shoot in overcast or mostly cloudy conditions. Because right now it's completely overcast, there's some rain moving in, but to me it's a perfect time to shoot because you're not looking for like amazing light necessarily like you would for a sunset shooting landscapes. From my experience, it seems like it's better to shoot waterfalls and stuff like this when you have more flatter light, no harsh shadows, and you kind of like work with the composition rather than just trying to work with the light. Now, that's not to say you couldn't get some amazing light that would help you along with a photo like this. If you got the sun kind of, you got some nice warm light coming in on this waterfall, that might look really good. But to me, overcast conditions are kind of the way to go when shooting stuff like this. That's just what I prefer. Also, another preference that I have towards shooting waterfalls and like woodland photography is I really, in the edit, at least when editing the raw file in Lightroom, I really like to kind of turn the contrast down and like the texture and clarity down and try to like kind of smooth out the image and make it look more like a bit softer, you know? Like I don't like turn the contrast up or like the texture way up because I don't want the image to look like way too sharp, way too detailed. I feel like it looks better in overcast conditions when you kind of smooth the photo out, soft light. To me, if you kind of work with the colors a little bit, make it like pretty subtle, you know? I really enjoy doing that with these kind of photos myself. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode all about waterfall, woodland waterfall photography, maybe you could say. Waterfalls in the woods. Just kind of me sharing some of my thoughts and ideas and advice that I have about shooting waterfalls. Like I did this one, and also visit photography locations multiple times. Because if I was like, oh man, I've already seen it, don't need to go back there, well, I could have missed out on getting some really great images if I would have been like that. So it's good to just be open to revisiting places every once in a while, become more familiar with it, and try and improve your compositions and photos from the last time you visited that place. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, follow me on Instagram, that's linked below, at envision_adventure. Also my website, envisionadventure.net, which I share all my photographs and make blog posts about my photography trips like this one. Subscribe, also my YouTube channel, of course. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next landscape photography video.